Good evening, friends. 8th of October 2020, 8:30 p.m. India time. It's me, Sanjay Kaul, back with you once again for the final day of the pre-curtain raiser of the two-day global executive program, strategic thinking and execution planning. Today is the final day. We are coming to answer your questions, your queries, and from last 2 weeks we have been sharing, updating all of you about the programs. Let me introduce Mr. Harish, where we will have today the concluding session for this week. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
Very happy, very proud. Ninth day consecutively, we have been coming. Consistency, consistency, consistency.
Assistant.
And consistency is one of the five disciplines for exponential growth.
Yes.
When we came on day one, Monday, we opened the session with what are the five disciplines and what are the five constituents. And then where do leadership and management align themselves to bring that consistency in their routine, in their behaviors, and build that trust. I just came from a session on trust. My friend was giving a session on trust.
Hmm.
So you build relationships, you get respect, you build trust. And the more trust you have in an organization, if it is a part of the culture and the people are aligned to build this culture in organizations, just imagine the productivity, the belongingness. So, today I'm going to share with you. Day one, we spoke about the five disciplines, which is the discipline of strategy, the discipline of how we build our business development, the discipline of people, how we build stability, the discipline of execution, which is consistency, consistency, consistency. And finally, the discipline of mission, which is emotional connect. We spoke during the week on each of these disciplines in detail. And earlier this week, we spoke about the second part, which we will deal with,
Hmm.
which is assessing. First, introducing the subject of the five disciplines and serving the five constituents. And then we spoke about the assessment of the organization by the leadership and management through their eyes, where we shared those 10 questions in each of the disciplines. Now, the final part, how do these assessments help in the company growing and serving the community? When you see the results from the assessments, and when we talk about those 10 questions, I shared some of them
Yeah.
yesterday and some in my video today. Now, what are the scores that we are getting? In a strategy, when we are serving the company and the community, who are we serving in strategy? Sanjay, can you open that page so that people can see the flower? and they can relate to what I'm speaking. When we are serving the company, yeah, the first one on the yellow, yeah. When we are serving the company and the community through the discipline of strategy, we are using four processes, which is opportunity every day, how to leverage every opportunity, and that is the strategy, and scalability and marketability. We'll talk in depth in our session on 9th and 10th. Now, when you do the scoring of this, high strategy scores indicate, I'm talking about the results.
Yeah.
High strategy scores indicate long term sustainability. I repeat, high strategy scores indicate long term sustainability. You know those companies who could stay strong during this time? It was because of this high strategy score they had, that they sustained. And they had built the long term strategy strong, and they leveraged on this, and they took care how to use this opportunity to maintain and grow the strategy which they had created during these COVID times. And I'm so happy to share, when I was calling some people today, I said, I want some of your CEO joining me tomorrow. He said, Hariji, we are doing so much business now. Please do your session after a month. I said, what happened? He said, we are doing overtime. This is Gurgaon. He runs a beautiful factory where they make parts for Hero Honda. I mean, now it is Honda or Hero, whatever.
Hero.
So he says, I will give you my management team and my leadership team after 2 months because we are so busy now. So you see the long term sustainability when you have high scores in strategy. Now the opposite. When you have low scores in strategy, the number one thing that comes out, the company lacks clear direction. The company lacks clear direction. There's lack of buy in or commitment. And the company is in reactionary mode than a proactive mode.
Proactive.
So now, when people will ask me, what is the solution you're going to provide in the session? I said, I will first of all enter here in the leadership and in the management and look at their mindset. Where are they living today? And which wolf are they feeding? Are they feeding the black wolf or the white wolf?
Mhm.
And
Beautiful.
what is their focus today? Are they focusing on opportunities or otherwise? So, this is one way that we are going to give them the path, the direction, and each of these will serve when we move to the second part.
True.
The score for discipline of business development. Now, this is serving the company and the customer. You see these 2 points, serving
Yeah.
the customer and the company. Now, high business development scores indicate. Now, those of you who have just joined in, we are going to do assessment of all these disciplines by asking you 10 questions each. Where are you today in that area? And we'll give you scores. And the scores are going to be on a scale of 0 to 5. 0 stands for I don't know, 1 stands for never, 2 stands for really, 3 stands for sometime, 4 stands for mostly, and 5 stands for absolutely. And when I talk about business development, I ask a question to the leader. Do you have a clear marketing plan to outperform your competition? And look at the question. Do you have a clear marketing plan to outperform your competition? Now, when we look at the answers coming from the leadership, the CEO, now, what scores is he going to give? What scores is he going to give by the leadership team, the CEO and his leadership team? And when we listen to these scores, and I just raised one question, there are 10 beautiful questions. And when we total them up, we see how much did they score
Hmm.
on a score of 50 in those 10 questions. And then, is it high or is it low? High business development score indicates long term predictability. Long term predictability. You remember when we were speaking about the 5 disciplines, we spoke about strategy, talks about sustainability. Business development talks about predictability. And when we look at the score here, long term predictability. Yes, long term predictability, strong customer retention, strong customer retention, and you are getting more and more referrals to grow your business. You see how it is twined, interlinked? Each of the disciplines is serving a constituent, and each of the constituent is giving you the result. Now let's move to the third. When we have, yeah, let's go to the other side, the black side. When you have low business development scores, they indicate sales trends resemble a roller coaster ride. Sales trends resemble a roller coaster ride. That means they have to look at it. Selling is based on price, not on value or the customer service which we have come down, brought down. And there is never enough in the pipeline for new people to buy. So, see, small result from the 10 discipline, 10 questions from the discipline of business development will be able to create that these are the things that you need to address and plug in. Then we move on to the scores of discipline of people. This is interesting. The scores for the discipline of people serving the customer and the team. Serving the customer and the team. And here, high people scores indicate, please note this point, high people scores indicate high morale. People are on a high. There is immense trust. The relationship is great. People listen to each other. People are aligned. Look at the way when you have high morale and there is high staff retention. People don't want to leave. You see the implications of the scores, and they can see stability. So, people is all about stability. Business development is all about predictability. And strategy is all about sustainability. And who are we serving? The customer and the team. Now, I want to see why teams do not work in alignment because there is poor understanding of responsibilities which is the negative side. And people do not grow, and people will do minimum job just to retain their day to day, monthly. There is no interest, there is no binding, because there is lack of that trust which has gone down. Now, let's move on to the discipline of execution. The discipline of execution is all about, yes, process, management, and financial control. And who are they serving? The team, the stakeholder, and the scores that we will share when we share those questions. Uh, I'm not sharing the question of each one of them, just to give you the outcome that we are looking at in each of the disciplines once we do the 1, 2, and 3. This is the third process. The third process says high execution scores indicate high morale and high staff retention, and stakeholders experience financial consistency. Who's the responsible one? Execution team is responsible to stakeholders and the team. So stakeholders experience financial consistency. Now, where there is low execution in scores, mind it, which is missing today in execution. Number one, and I've been speaking about this for almost 180 days. Be ruthless in communication. And when you have poor communication, you have poor scores. Inconsistency, because you have poor communication, there is inconsistency amongst employees. And the result is little or zero profit. And people question whether the business is successful or otherwise. Now, here again, we will have to enter this place, shift in their mind set, and how they can move to that is focus on processes, and management needs to manage people, and we need to manage those people who manage people as leadership. So, this is the word that people need to get into their minds. We are meant to manage those managers who manage processors and people in their teams. And finally, the leadership which we talk about is the final, the green flower. The discipline of mission, and the discipline of mission is serving the stakeholder and the community. And what are we addressing here? Values, purpose, and what are we giving back to the community? Now, here, when we again do those 10 questions of assessment, we will find out the high mission scores indicate the community loves you. The community loves you because you're serving the community. So there is admiration from the community. And the stakeholders enjoy the emotional connect. And it's all about emotional connect. My company, our company is making so much of profit, is serving the community. We have a great team, we are a great company, and we serve the best of customers, and we are going to be having more value. When we see the stock market, the stakeholders will be raising. We make more money because of this full mission is value creation, and the purpose of value creation is serving the community. Now, here I will just mention when there's a low score in mission. This indicates employees work as a job, not a career. Now, those companies where employees work here as a job and not as a career, we can visualize the results and where will the scores be. So, Sanjay, today I have been able to summarize what we spoke in the last 9 days, and now I want to see action, want to meet those people who are hungry to grow as leaders, as management team leaders, and the organization discipline has to come in through the five disciplines which we
True.
shared to create that exponential. People say, what is exponential? Never happened. Is exponential, which is 30x. It is not 30%. So when you talk about exponential growth, that will be visible when you do this routine that we just shared with you. And it is all about consistency. It is all about the emotional connect. It is all about the stability in people. People don't leave because they are happy and they have high morale. And the customers get more and more, so you're having new customers joining in. And the strategy that you have made is so good that you are growing every month, every year, and year on year. So now you know what is adding zeros all about. Adding zeros is all about growing revenue, growing customers, growing your people, growing your processes, growing in your profits is adding zeros. So join me and Sanjay tomorrow and enjoy this beautiful space of adding zeros to your profits and learning the five disciplines for exponential growth.
Hmm.
Sanjay, I am falling in love with this concept. And even in my dreams
It
tonight,
is.
I'm
It
going
is.
to talk about it.
It is. It is. And definitely, I am 100%. I believe in this process because coming from the corporate side, and working on with the companies which were like small startups and going to the small, medium, and to the companies which were very, very large global enterprises. In that also, definitely the processes and policies play a very important role. And organization, while you were talking, sir, I just reminded of my previous organization. Uh, when I was given charge of complete operations, all the functional departments were with me, other than the finance, because it is, it had to be, qualified CS to be in that position, which I am not. So, anyways, and this, quality and compliance also came with me as a part of the charter. So this. And when my team used to say, yes, okay, new policy set, yes, sir. Everybody training's done, yes, sir. Because, in the corporate, we have the compliance calendar also, we have to go. So I used to simply, catch hold of few guys. And the best thing is to go to the canteen, where everybody's just chilling out. And, I used to play this some sort of an game, like, that Chinese whisper.
Yeah.
Everybody stand in a line. And I used to ask, do you know this policy? There was a change. So one person used to say, then I said, okay, can you tell this to second person, third? And trust me, sir, if I just catch hold of 8 people, out of which hardly 1% or 2% knew, because there's a constant hammering by the teams, but there has to be initiative taken by the individuals, by the leaderships, by the respective team leads to ensure not only they are well updated on the policies, procedures, their teams also have to be equally. Like we have this question, 10 questions for each flower. In fact, when I do it, I go do it as a previous company, as a corporate, I see that there's almost 30 to 35% on average failure rate. Even
I can tell them.
if you are just fully compliant company. But the beautiful question is, does each and every employee of your company know this policy, know that procedure, whether they know the what is the clear mission clearly, anything, whether they know the HR policies clearly, they know what is happening in people management. On an average, the best of the best company also fails by 30-35%. And
Sanjay,
when
single
we come to
question.
the
Do they have a personal development plan? Zero.
yeah, so I was coming to that actually. And invariably, where most of the companies fail, that when you go to the individuals and respectively ask them, do you have your own personal growth plan? And surprisingly, even at the senior management, they don't have. Everybody has a business plan. Everybody has a business charter, how to make the balance sheets, how to look the next quarter, Q on Q better, then Y on Y better, make a 15-year plan, 8-year plan. But do you have your own personal plan? Flat. In fact, a lot of people, is surprising, sir. A lot of people don't actually know what the constituents, what are the areas where we have to grow other than career. Second, alternate at a very senior levels might come at spirituality level. But what are other remaining three? People don't know. And then they get in the choco jam situation that, okay, these companies are growing, we are not growing. My question today is to those people very directly who still in the month of October, lockdown happened in March, April, June, everything started globally. We are in October. Why are you still stuck? Why are you still struggling? Why you are still losing jobs? Why are you still losing revenue? Why don't you look around yourself and look at the companies who have done extraordinary? Sir, I am actually surprised. Either the companies have gone southwards or northwards. There is no mid. There is
Perfect.
no mid this time.
Perfect. Perfect. And it's
So
all
I
about leadership.
yes, and that I will say that it's about leader shift in the leadership. Is that leader shift happening in the leadership? Times have changed, the business scenarios have changed, the thinking process, the even the policies. I work a lot of with a lot of companies on gap analysis. Still working on same old policies and procedures. Half of your team is working from home. Policies haven't
Sanjay,
changed.
I must share with you. You and me have a lot of work happening now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
After launching this program in India, we are going to open and show them who they are, what they have been doing, and what they need to do. And I can see that there is such a big gap when we
Oi,
ask 10
I
questions in each
simply,
of the
I
disciplines.
Sir, I simply ask people what happened to your business plan for financial year 2020 2021. Technically, the pandemic, the whole everything happened in the last financial year. What is the shift? What are the policy correction? What are the changes? What is the leadership change? We have been talking of leader shift. Where are the shifts? Most of the companies have not done shifts. We are still
Super,
doing
super,
like we say that same action, same results.
perfect. I am
We
reminded
can't
of our journey 4 years
we
back
can't
when
keep
we
cribbing. We can't keep cribbing. Okay, this doesn't work. You have to make a shift to make it happen. And what is that shift? Whether it is a shift in business development, whether it is a shift in people management, it is a shift in execution processes, policies, anything, even the shift in your customer base. The same old customer is not helping you right now. You have to add zeros. You have to
he
find new
is not
customers,
there. The customer has
new
disappeared.
database, new way of working.
Perfect.
And that new way will need 360-degree shift in everywhere.
Perfect.
That is my take on it. So this program about not just strategic thinking, yes, it is important, and about execution, planning. Everything has to be executed in a very planned way. How a lot of companies have successfully achieved it and are sustaining despite what you call lockdown, market down. In my one of my previous sessions, I already shared that I read in the business newspaper that Mr. Mukesh Ambani has added 9 crores per day. Has added 9 crores per day since lockdown, because lockdown was there in the market. Shutdown happened here. A lot of people are still suffering with shutdown.
I
Please
like
come
that.
out. There is no lockdown, no shutdown. Please come out. Please take charge of your life and your organization and the people you as a leader are responsible. Your this shutdown is impacting the teams below you. You are a leader. You need to take the lead. Take the responsibility. Don't give some excuses. Excuses don't work at leadership level. So this is one of the opportunities where I always keep on saying this is a program not about the leaders, it is about the successful leaders. I can guarantee you that it's not just about 50 questions which Mr. Harish has been talking about. It is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many, many questions, and at the end of the day, you will leave with your own plan. You will have a strategy in place. I guarantee you that. You will have a strategy in place for yourself which will work for you. Stop worrying about the world and others. It's all about you. It's all about within you. Stop giving excuses. Just focus on yourself. You should have a strategic thinking in place and how you're going to execute it and a plan for that. This is the time and this is an opportunity for you to attend to this global program. That's all I had to say on conclusion of ninth day of our pre-workshop sessions. If you have any questions, we have been receiving offline, but we don't see any questions online. Thank you, Dr. Paulse. So that is all I have. Rest, if you are keen to know, just answer yourself this at the end of the session, which we have been asking. And is this what is happening? When you talk of human behavior, is it manipulated or is it inspiring? What is your story? By just repeating to your team that there's a lockdown, there's a shutdown, there's this, are you manipulating? Definitely you're not inspiring. So to know more, please visit our website. It's not about 9th and 10th, that is tomorrow and day after. We are going to bring this program regularly to you. Surprisingly, we have got requests from corporates to run dedicated sessions for them. They are giving us groups, they are giving us the opportunities to address to their needs of their complete leadership teams. There is a big shift happening after our 9 days of coming live. There's a big shift. As Mr. Hari said, we are going to be very busy now. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity and making part of this journey. So,
My
any
pleasure.
questions, people, you still have, you want to have, and still know there are a couple of seats still available because corporates have taken a separate session now. A group, there are a couple of seats available still. You want to join us, please, you're welcome. You want to write us more, there it is. And bottom line is, that's it. Today, we are signing off for this session at 8 p.m., adding zeros, strategic thinking, and execution planning. Any closing words, sir, before we are switching
My
off?
closing words are I've already started dreaming. We have completed the session tomorrow and day after. And we are speaking to those people who joined us, and we're going to bring them back to showcase you what they
Oh,
got
yes.
out of the session. I'm already looking at next Monday and bringing them all and sharing with you what they got out of these 2 days at us adding zeros, or they have become zeros, not by attending the session. So, we are going to add zeros to their life, or they are zero by not attending these sessions. And I am sure we have added value to those who attended all these 9 days and those who will attend the 2 day workshop tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And when they leave the room on Saturday at 7 p.m., you can look at their eyes and say, we wish we had this all our life, and where would they today? So, looking forward to create the new you in the leadership, the management, and the organizations. That's how we came together. That's how we start. And we do a regular program on Sundays, the new you. You can share about that, where we invite people to share their story. So we will be sharing our story with the people who are going to be happy that they came and joined the 2 day workshop tomorrow and day after. And I promise you, they're going to add a lot of value to themselves. And also, I can share with you, they will ask for more from us
Yeah.
every single day. With these words, I would like to thank each one of you for being a part of this 9 day journey, and looking forward to meet some of you, and the rest of you keep watching us. We'll keep coming and adding zeros to your mind, to your life, to your business, and to your organization.
Thank you, sir. And dear audience, if you are interested, do give us a call, and we'll be back with you in the live shows as ever on Sunday at 4 p.m. with the program The New View, where we are also joined every week by the new expert with their own sharings and thought processes. So this Sunday, we have Lieutenant Rita Gangwani. She is an personality development celebrity. She's going to talk about power dressing. So till I see you, we see you back on Sunday at 4 p.m. Good night, take care, and see you soon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.